Welcome to Climbing Clouds. Thank you for joining this channel, and please like and subscribe. It is a brand new channel, and it's here for you as the creative collective to help you with additional support on your pathway amidst the daily humdrum of living. Okay, so I'm going to get right into a message here. I'm drawing from the a vintage housewife deck to start with, and then I have the baby crow and another fun deck, little mini deck that was just sent to me by one of my viewers. Thank you, Holly Bear, for this deck. I absolutely love it. And I'll put a name and all of that to reference it in the description box. Let me get into the reading though, because it is coming in strongly. You might be going through a really big cleanse right now on different levels. The Lover's card and the Chariot keep coming through. I just saw the Lovers. So the Lovers and the Chariot, I'm going to read those together. This energy's been really strong. Lovers is ruled by Gemini, and it has the duality, the mirroring of the twins, the soulmate connection type energy. And then we have the Chariot, which is ruled by Cancer. So if you're on the cusp of that, which I actually am, I'm not just making this up for myself, but it's kind of crazy because I am on this cusp and I am going through a big cleanse. And the Chariot is speaking really loudly. I keep drawing it over and over, along with the Lovers. I'm also drawing strength. So if you have Leo in your chart, on any level, this could also be speaking to you, or this could involve Gemini, Cancer, Leo in your life. Take it as it resonates. We've also have the World coming through, signifying a brand new chapter that is here and now, because you're moving forward on your path in a really big way. So you might be experiencing some tower moments, some huge shifts. Almost like earthquakes in your life where things just all of a sudden shift, that you maybe thought was stuck, or that you thought was something that was a challenge is going to be lifted. This is the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you're coming out of being mentally stuck about anything in your life. You might have held yourself back emotionally and mentally in your own fog or in your own sense of limitation. This is the Eight of Swords. But you're coming out of that in a really big way. You're grounding yourself, and you're getting really grounded with your finances, the root chakra in your life, the base of anything that you're doing. Any of your projects might be taking on a more rooted feel. So like, let's say that you have been doing something behind the scenes for a couple of years, and then you're slowly emerging into public. You could be taking this project or projects and adding a deeper root system to them, to where you're also more deeply connecting with it, and not so much in the shadow, but bringing it out into the light, where it emerges out of the ground and into the light, which is a different phase than being behind the scenes. So there's different phases to everything in nature, right? And sometimes I think we lose track of where we are in our own phases. So we all have our own cycles going on all the time that maybe don't have to do with anybody around you. They just have to do internally with your own shifts. So being true to that is really important. I have here the Ace of Wands, which speaks to this energy of emerging in a new creative way. It's very fiery, it's very young, and it's divergent and diverse, and it's an exciting energy. It's like a firecracker, or a little spark that you're bringing to the table, you're bringing to your life, and you're igniting bigger and better projects with it. This spark that you maybe have kept and preserved on some level, that now you're bringing it to a torch level, or to a candle, like you're lighting something and illuminating it with this this spark that you've kept secure, and that you have, I see it as like you've protected it so that it wouldn't burn out. Draw more on this. Yeah, so you might have been kind of like in a deep, dark forest in your life where you kind of felt like you were entangled, like you were lost in a way, maybe lost in the dark. And so then we have the Emperor. You emerge. Yeah, you emerge and create your own staircase because of this. So this darkness going into the ground has been really necessary for you in your life in order to build your root system. So if you don't have that, if you don't have a root system, you don't have a way to nourish yourself on a really deep level. And sometimes that's what the harder parts of life are about, is learning how to do that. You might be connecting with the Queen of Wands energy, like you might have a lot of boundaries with others. And then I have the Father of Cups here, or the King of Cups coming through this reading, as well as the Daughter of Cups. So this might also be a healing with your own father in your life, the father energy, the patriarch. And this could also be your own growth patterns, where you're healing your inner child. The Knight of Cups takes action on their emotions, and that's what this translates to in other decks, whereas this would be the King of Cups. So you might have somebody loving in your life that's helping you to heal a really deep part of yourself that could have to do with childhood wounding. And then I also have here the Son of Cups. So that's really beautiful. You could also be healing the masculine, feminine, that stems all the way back from like how you identified with that as a child, with the roles, with all of that, with how you nourished yourself emotionally, whether or not you felt emotionally even seen. You're coming out of hermit mode, as well as you're dynamically taking this energy, this child energy, into a creative form. This is the Daughter of Cups with the Hermit. So you're actually transforming. There's a snake wrapped around this wand here. You're transforming in a very deep, subliminal way, creatively. And you've had to take time away from others so that you could do this process. It's like going into the chrysalis. You can't necessarily make all your changes on the outside until you've done that on the inside. It's extremely necessary. Otherwise, you're going to be out of touch with what changes you even need to make. So yeah, and you've made choices too from your intuitive side. The Two of Swords is trusting your instincts and being able to make choices with the blindfold on in your life, in the dark, being able to make choices that make sense despite not knowing the outcome or not knowing what would become of that choice, with no roadmap, so to speak. So this is really important that you have stayed the course, because that means now that you trust yourself despite having zero map to go by. You have had to go with your own flow, and now you can trust yourself entirely, despite anything outside of you. And here is the Fool's Path right here in front of you. The number 0 is represented by the Fool. That's limitless potential. So limitless possibilities, and having the faith of a childlike faith in how you're moving forward. This is justice for you, bringing a sense of clarity and justice protection. And then this is completely all the way back from where we started with the reading, the Chariot. And the horse is really a significant of power. This is a power reading for you. You are coming full circle to your path. After being maybe lost and in the dark on your own path, not knowing where you were, and now you're back on your path and you have this amazing light that you have found, that you didn't even know you had access to, and that is part of you. You are not separate from it. It's part of who you are. And that's the Chariot. It's moving forward on your pathway. Thank you for climbing clouds. Always be true to you.